Hey, it's Christopher and Gina Maselli. I think we're hooked up now. Gina, are you on there?
I think so. I have no idea. I see myself. That's all I know.
I think you're on there. I think we're both on now. I
It's
think everyone
wonderful.
can see us.
Yay.
Yay.
Make
Well,
it.
hey, we're Chris and Gina with writingmomentum.com. We just like to get on here and talk about writing and publishing and branding and selling your book. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing today. And Gina's here with me in the office. We're both on separate webcams, but we're both here in the office. And we're so excited to have you. We just thought we'd jump on and do a quick stream today about one of our most recent favorite topics, because this topic is just something that a lot of people deal with, isn't it, Gina?
Yeah. Over the last few years, Chris and I, we're both professional writers. We both have been published traditionally as well as independently. And we've had this point where we really wanted to help the writing community. We really wanted to reach out to other writers and help people get started in the process, help people take their writing to another level, help them learn the business of it, and just help them succeed. There's room in the market for all of us. And the thing, though, we didn't really know what to do with that. We didn't really know how to help people. We thought, okay, do people need to learn how to write better? Do we need to learn how to market their books, brand themselves? Like, what is it? And we discovered really recently in the last year that one of the biggest questions that writers have is just how to sit down and get the work done. This is the biggest pain point of writers. And that really surprised us because as writers, we a lot of times spend so much of our time working for clients that a lot of times our own passion projects kind of get set aside. And so we understand that, but we kind of were under the impression, Chris, if you'll back me up on this, we kind of were under the impression that it was just us that sometimes had that struggle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think when we talk, hey, Melly, good to see you.
Hi, Melly.
Yeah, I think when we talk about writing, a lot of times we think that the struggle is, I'm not bringing in enough finances, right? Or I don't even know how to self-publish a book. Mm-hmm. But when we asked our audience and others, we said, what's the hardest thing for you? And what the answer overwhelmingly was that, hey, I'm finding it difficult to even find time to do my writing. That's the biggest pain point. And so, we thought, okay, knowing that, we should probably talk about that for a few minutes. Wouldn't you say, Gina?
Yes. I think my video just froze.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not sure what to do with that, but
I'll tell you what, why don't you come over here and join me in my frame?
Okay. So here we are.
There's Gina. See, she was right next to me the whole time.
Yes. So yeah, we started really questioning that. What were we going to do? How are we going to help writers get their writing done? And there are definitely strategies that we have implemented ourselves for getting the writing done. But one of the biggest things that we've learned in the last year, especially from some personal reasons, is about accountability and about being part of a community. That's been a huge, huge part of our success in some other areas. And if you have signed up for our newsletter, you've probably read Chris talk about his journey in the last year just with losing weight. I mean, let's just get personal, guys.
Well, I had two things that happened, right? First of all, as I was starting to do our freelance business and set all that up, and do that, I thought, okay, I need to get together with some other people that are building their own businesses, and we can work on our businesses together. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. I got together with some folks locally, and just week by week, we would meet on building our business. And one was building a nonprofit, and one was building an online business. Like, they're all a bit different, but just having that ability to get together once a week and share what we've been working on, even though our businesses were completely different. Mm-hmm. Boy, did that give me momentum and help me really get that work done.
Right.
And so then it actually happened in we had our Christmas photos taken, which I think we posted those
family
on Facebook.
Photos.
So you might have seen those. I should have put one on here.
It was last fall. We had our family photos taken by a dear friend of ours. and just got those photos back, and we're both kind of like, "Ee,
Yeah.
wow."
Well, we'd realized that we'd gained more weight than we had been comfortable gaining, and a lot of times, I think that happens, and you don't realize, that you're doing it until you see yourself in a photo, and then you're like, "Oh man, I need to start exercising and eating differently." So I joined a program, but I specifically wanted to find one that had groups of people that would meet like on a weekly check-in, because I knew from my freelance business group that having that accountability made such a difference. So I joined a program for that, ended up losing 35 pounds in
4 months.
4 months. Plus my resting heart rate improved by like 15%. My cholesterol went down. I had a bunch of really good reports from that.
Right.
And so it was after that we started talking, and we're like, what if writers did this? Right? Because writing tends to be one of those things that people call a solo venture, right? This is something that most people do on their own, right? We write on our own. It's just me and the blank screen. But does it have to be that way?
Does it have to be that way? And that's a thing I personally also found. Even though I'm a published author, I've worked with nonfiction, I've worked with magazine, I've worked with online and marketing space. I've worked in those areas. I really wanted to write a novel. I really wanted to write fiction. Well, I quickly discovered not only did I have a hard time fitting that into my life, which is really what Chris is talking about, but I also found that I needed some help changing the way I was writing, because fiction is a different animal. And so I ended up getting super frustrated after a while of just beating myself up internally. Just beating myself up. Why can't you get this together? Why can't you get this done? And I finally told Chris, I need help. I need some help doing this. And so I I knew somebody that I wanted to work with, and she's been a fabulous coach. In fact, she is joining us as part of the writing. She's kind of coming on to help us with this venture. And, just getting together with her. Now, in that particular case, I am working with a coach. So we are having longer sessions, but again, not everybody can do that. Not everybody has the time for that. Not everybody even has the finances for that. And that is because it can get expensive to hire a coach. And I can tell you, as somebody who has coached writers, that there's a lot of work that goes into coaching on the coach's side. We have to read the material. We have to really think about how we can help the person take it to the next level. And so I have been working with a coach, Renee Gutteridge. Like I said, she's going to be joining us on this venture, but I have been making progress. And more than just getting the work done, I am learning how to write differently in that genre. And so I say that because all of this has kind of been swirling around the Maselli household for a while now. And we finally came up with an idea to help writers, to come alongside writers who have something inside that they want to say. They have something in them that they want to get out. And I'm telling you, there are so many different genres of writing. It could be somebody who just wants to make journaling a part of their regular life, and they just need to start making time for that. It could be somebody who wants to do a children's picture book or a children's nonfiction book. It could be someone who wants to do a novel, or they want to do a nonfiction book. They have got some kind of self-help, or maybe they're an expert in some field that they want to write a book for that field of the things that they've learned, of the education that they have. They want to bring that to light. Or it could even be somebody who wants to write their memoir. I have a really close friend whose father just passed last year. But about five to 10 years it's been a while. It's probably hasn't been quite 10 years, but it's probably been about 7 or 8 years. He wrote down his memoir. He wrote it down about his life in the military, about his life as a young married man, as a child, as a young married man, as a new father. And let me tell you, those are precious. That is a precious book that his family has.
But that's the kind of thing, though, that I think a lot of us have thought about doing, that kind of thing, right? I'm going to write a memoir for my family, or I want to finish that fiction book, or that nonfiction book, whatever it is. They may think, thank you, Melly. Yeah, they may think that, hey, I know I want to do this, but how do I possibly get it done? And one of the ways that we have found to get it done is through helping one another, writing with others. And so what we're talking about, we haven't officially mentioned it here on this little live deal, but we're starting what we call writing moments. And so if you go to writingmomentum.com/writing moments, I'll put that here in the comments. And if you go there, you will see, let me go ahead and take that one off. There we go. Yeah, if you take, I'm
going to do that.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, there, writingmomentum.com/writing moments. So if you go there, you'll find out all about writing moments. And what this is going to be a time when where you can pre-schedule on your calendar at the beginning of the month the times when you want to sit down and write, but not just on your own. You're going to be writing with us and Renee Gutteridge too. She's going to join us as one of the hosts. And the reason we have hosts is because every time we meet together, we're going to spend the first 15 minutes with a training, right? A latest and greatest training, the latest and greatest on writing and publishing and branding and marketing. And it's going to be different every time. And Renee has a lot of experience also with screenwriting and fiction writing. And so she's going to talk about those things too. And we're going to spend the first 15 minutes of every session with a training like that. And then after the training, we're going to start a timer. And we're going to sit down, and for 45 minutes, together, we're going to write on our individual projects. So whatever you're working on, it doesn't have to be anything near the same as what I'm working on. You could be working on that memoir, or you could be working on your fiction book, or you could be writing a blog, or you could be plotting your book. Whatever you're doing, you can sit down and do that in that time that we have locked aside. And for 45 minutes, we're just going to write together. We're using what's called the Pomodoro technique, if you haven't heard of that. We'll have to talk about that in another one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in another one. But then on top of that, so we're doing that for 3 weeks of the month. For 3 weeks a month, at least twice a week, we are going to be having writing moments. And these, like Chris said, are hour-long sessions, about 15 minutes of training, about 45 minutes of writing twice a week. On top of that, we're adding in a Q&A. So once a month, we're going to have a Q&A party. And that's going to be where Chris and me and Renee are going to get together online, and you can ask us anything about writing, publishing, about marketing, your structure, about
selling your book, whatever.
Selling, about branding, about how to be more productive, about just whatever. So we're going to be collecting questions throughout the month. And then on that live session, we're going to be doing a Q&A where you can ask us questions.
Yeah. And anything goes for those. And that's fine. You know, if we don't know the answer, we'll let you know. But between the three of us, we've got, something like 50 or 60 years of writing experience.
At
so
least.
Hopefully,
I think we're pushing 75, but
maybe that's a lot. But so we're happy to share. I mean, if you've known us for any amount of time, if you subscribe to our email list, which you can jump over to writingmoments.com. If you don't, you can get on our list there. And we like to send out emails that just shares information. We like being very transparent. We don't mind sharing any of these industry secrets, that some people like to hold back. We don't do that. Yeah. We just let you know. That's our philosophy. We're all in this together. So that's in that session, it's just anything goes.
Yes. And then on top of that, we are even adding in bonus sessions at the end of the month. So we're going to have some bonus sessions that are just going to be what we're calling writing sprints. They are just hour-long sprints. So we're going to have several of those that we have scheduled. And for those, we're not going to be doing any training. We will have finished the training for
Get
that
together and
month,
hit it.
but just get together, hit it, and get things going. Now, one of the times that we have scheduled is a lunchtime, and understand we understand that we are hitting people at different time zones.
Well, and it's only lunchtime if you're in the time zone when it's lunchtime. For
Right.
you, it may be late morning, could be early afternoon. And so what we
Mhm.
tried to do was stagger the time so that we
Right.
can hit as many people at once.
But we have one on Wednesdays, kind of midday,
Mhm.
trying to hit that lunch crowd so that people might, maybe if you're working out of your house or even in your house and you want to just set aside that lunchtime to write with us and to learn from our training.
Mhm.
And then the other one we've set aside is on Thursday evenings. Thursdays after work, we're going to be doing a writing moment as well. So again, catching the people who they've left work, they're coming home, and just one time a week, they're going to be able to get together with other writers and write and also learn as well. And then once a month, right now, once a month, Renee is going to host one of them on Sunday afternoons.
Yeah.
She's going to host a Sunday afternoon writing moment for the people who maybe they're fresher on the weekends, or maybe that's their time when they want to write.
Yeah. So hopefully there's a time that works for you.
Mhm.
And if there's not, please let us know when might work for you,
Yeah.
and we'll try to work that into future writing moments because we want to catch as many people as we can. Now, you might be wondering, is this free? What's the cost? It's not free. It costs actually only $15 a month, which means if you come to 4 or 5 of these per month, it's just $2 or $3. Like it's like your whole month is for about the price of, I like to say, a fast food lunch, right?
I say Starbucks.
I gave up fast food lunches when I lost this weight, right? Well, I'm going to give up fast food lunches to attend some writing moments too, and it's going to be cool because for that price you get the writing moments, you get the writing sprints, you get the Q&As. It's all going to be part of it. There are technological charges and stuff that we have for doing groups like this together, but we were able to keep the price down, make it really affordable for writers. And ask yourself this. I know you could write on your own. We all do write on our own. But like for me, with losing this weight that I've lost, I have tried many times to do that kind of thing, to start a workout program. And I could do it on my own for a few weeks at a time. And then life happens, right? And I stopped doing it. And so and I ended up joining a program. And then like that, with that program, I've been able to be faithful for months and months and months with my my freelance entrepreneurship group. It's been years that I've been faithful with them and learn from them because we have this set time that we meet together. It makes such a difference. So I encourage you not to make writing a solo venture, but go ahead and join us. Join us for Writing Moments. We'd love to have you there. We'll all sit down during many times during the month. We can write together. We can encourage one another. And I think you'll find that it is well worth it just to know that you're making big progress. You're making momentum on your book.
Yeah, absolutely. We really hope you'll join us and understand that you're coming together. You're going to be writing with us. You're also hopefully going to be learning and growing as a writer as well, getting your questions answered by professional writers who are in this business. So we really do hope you'll join us. We're really looking forward to not only seeing this community grow and seeing us come together and support one another, but also I'm so excited, Chris, to see what's going to come out of this.
Yes.
I cannot wait
I know
to
we're going to hear some good things.
People who say,
Yeah.
I've been working on this book, or I've been working on this blog, or I just got my first magazine article published. I cannot wait to hear all the fruition of this.
That's going to be cool. So if you're interested, please go to writingmomentum.com/writing moments. We're starting this next week. You can sign up there, get yourself locked in as a founding member, because we figure prices will probably go up over time. But if you get locked in, once you're locked in, you're locked in. We're going to leave it at that, no matter what it ends up costing us to do all this. We're going to lock in. So go to writingmomentum.com/writing moments. And then also, if you want to get that free PDF we have, just go to writingmomentum.com. You'll see we have that PDF on productivity secrets, ways to make sure you get your writing done. It's really good. We just created that to tie in with the writing moments, and we think you might like that too.
Absolutely. We hope to see you guys there.
All right. Until next time, we're going to log off now, but we're going to keep doing this every few days, just coming on and saying hi to you all on Facebook and YouTube, and we're also on Instagram and Twitter. We're on and LinkedIn. I think we're on several channels all at once here.
And we have a podcast.
And we got our podcast. Check out the writingmomentum.com podcast. You're going to like that. We talk about all kinds of things.
Yeah, it comes out once a week. So
lots of good content for you.
Yeah.
So check it out.